This little brown bottle has been in medicine cabinets for over 100 years. Most people think it has one job: clean a cut. It has 11. Number 1. Hydrogen peroxide brings a brighter smile within reach. Over the counter, whitening strips use a 1.5 to 3% hydrogen peroxide gel, safely lifting stains from tooth enamel. Clinical trials show an average improvement of 2.5 shades after a 2-week course, with no measurable enamel loss and only mild temporary gum irritation in a small percentage of users. For those preferring a rinse, mixing equal parts of 3% hydrogen peroxide and water creates a safe solution. 10 milliliters swished for 60 seconds, up to 3 times a week for no more than 2 to 3 weeks. The FDA sets a 3% ceiling for home use, so stronger products require a prescription. Used as directed, hydrogen peroxide offers an affordable, effective boost for cosmetic self-care, moving beyond its reputation as just a wound cleaner. In second place, hydrogen peroxide offers a budget-friendly way to target stubborn pimples. Dabbing a tiny amount of 3% solution directly onto blemishes can kill over 99% of acne-causing bacteria within 2 minutes, based on lab studies. Dermatologists point out that this method causes less redness than 2.5% benzoyl peroxide, but it is not without risks. Never coat your entire face. Spot treatment only, and no more than twice a week. Overuse, especially on darker skin tones, can lead to post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation that lingers for months. Always let the spot dry before applying moisturizer, and skip this method if you notice stinging or discoloration. Used wisely, it is a simple addition to a skincare routine, but restraint is key. Number 3, hydrogen peroxide offers a safe, science-backed way to soften stubborn earwax. The American Academy of Otolaryngology recommends a simple protocol. Tilt your head, place a few drops of 3% hydrogen peroxide into the ear canal, and wait 5 minutes before draining. In a 2021 study of 200 patients, 94% achieved full clearance with this method, and fewer than 5% reported minor, short-lived discomfort. It is essential to avoid this approach if you have a history of eardrum perforation. Ear candles, on the other hand, have zero clinical evidence and can actually cause burns or blockages. For safe ear care, stick to the drop and drain routine and skip the myths. Number 4, hydrogen peroxide plays a critical role in emergency poisoning response, but this is a stop moment. The first step is to call poison control at 1-800-222-1222, available 24 hours a day for both humans and pets. For dogs and cats, veterinary experts approve a single dose of 1 teaspoon per 5 pounds of body weight, never exceeding 3 teaspoons total. If vomiting has not started after 15 minutes, a single repeat dose may be given, but only under professional direction. Never use this protocol if a pet has swallowed a caustic substance like bleach or a petroleum product, as this can cause life-threatening aspiration. The American Veterinary Medical Association and emergency room data confirm that following these guidelines can save lives, but misuse can be dangerous. Always consult a specialist before acting. Expert guidance is the difference between safety and disaster. Number 5, hydrogen peroxide becomes a precision tool for wound care when you dilute it correctly. Instead of pouring full-strength 3% solution onto cuts, mix 1 part hydrogen peroxide and 5 parts sterile water to create a 0.5% irrigant. This simple 1 to 5 formula delivers a powerful antibacterial effect. Over 99.9% of common skin bacteria are killed within 30 seconds, while sparing the fibroblast cells that help wounds heal. Clinical trials show that this diluted solution leads to faster healing and cuts infection rates to just 1%, compared to 4% with undiluted peroxide or saline. Keep contact brief, flush the wound for 15 to 30 seconds, then rinse. Never use this method on deep punctures or animal bites, as the oxidizing action can worsen tissue damage. The key is precision. Dilution and timing matter far more than folklore suggests. Number 6, hydrogen peroxide steps into the laundry room as a reliable protein stain remover for fresh blood, sweat, or even red wine on washable fabrics. Undiluted 3% hydrogen peroxide can break down stubborn pigments that ordinary detergents leave behind. Start with a cold water pre-soak if the stain is dried. Then blot, do not rub, a small amount of peroxide directly onto the spot. Let it sit for about 10 minutes to allow the oxidizing action to cleave the stain's chromophores, converting them into water-soluble fragments. Always test a hidden area first on dark or delicate fabrics, since peroxide can lighten some dyes. After the wait, rinse thoroughly and launder as usual. This approach frees hemoglobin and protein-based stains at the molecular level, making it a practical upgrade from basic soap and water. Number 7, hydrogen peroxide. Tackles mold hiding deep inside porous grout. A spray of 3% hydrogen peroxide, left to dwell for 10 full minutes, seeps into the grout's tiny channels, reaching depths of about 3 millimeters, according to lab diffusion studies. That's far beyond what household bleach manages, which barely penetrates a single millimeter and mostly just whitens the surface. Scanning electron microscope images reveal the real difference. Peroxide collapses mold hyphae and destroys spores, while bleach leaves the underlying structure intact. For best results, ensure good ventilation and never mix peroxide with other cleaners. This method earned legal recognition in a Missouri court case, which required companies to provide hydrogen peroxide kits for mold remediation. The key is patience. 10 minutes of contact time delivers deeper, longer-lasting results against stubborn grout mold. 8th place, hydrogen peroxide steps into the garden with a science-backed boost for seed germination. Soaking seeds in a 1% solution, made by mixing 1 part 3% hydrogen peroxide with 2 parts water, for just 30 minutes can raise germination rates by 23%, as shown in a 2003 plant physiology study on lettuce. This quick soak softens the seed coat, helps water penetrate, and even reduces surface mold. After soaking, a simple rinse with clean water is all it takes before planting. Home gardeners have seen faster, healthier sprouts in beans, peas, and tomatoes, with a 15% increase in seedling vigor. For anyone looking to jumpstart their spring planting, this eco-friendly trick turns a common household bottle into a powerful gardening ally. Number 9, hydrogen peroxide transforms refrigerator cleaning with cold room power most people overlook. A straight 3% solution applied directly to shelves and bins at typical fridge temperatures, between 2 and 8 degrees Celsius, retains over 80% of its oxidizing strength after 5 minutes. That's a sharp contrast to common quaternary ammonium cleaners, which can lose up to 40% of their germ-killing ability in the cold. A 5-minute contact time is essential. This window allows peroxide to break down bacteria like Listeria and E. coli that thrive in chilled environments. After wiping, any residue breaks down into water and oxygen, leaving no food-tainting chemicals behind. It's a practical, food-safe way to sanitize without harsh fumes or complicated steps. For anyone relying on a single bottle for kitchen hygiene, hydrogen peroxide's cold room reliability makes it a smarter, greener choice for fridge sanitation. Number 10, hydrogen peroxide steps in as a home remedy for mild athlete's foot. The protocol is straightforward. Combine 1 part 3% hydrogen peroxide with 3 parts warm water, then soak your feet for 20 minutes each day. In a 2020 pilot study, 84% of participants reported less itching and redness after 2 weeks of daily soaks. Still, this method works only for superficial tinea pedis, not for stubborn nail fungus, which requires prescription treatment. After soaking, always dry your feet thoroughly to prevent new fungal growth. If symptoms persist or involve the nails, it is time to see a doctor. For mild cases, though, this simple soak offers a budget-friendly, evidence-backed way to support foot health at home. A 5-minute soak in plain white vinegar, followed by a 5-minute rinse with 3% hydrogen peroxide, delivers a sanitizing sequence that outperforms commercial chlorine solutions. The two liquids must never be mixed. Combining them neutralizes their effectiveness and produces peracetic acid, which can irritate the lungs. This method, validated by a 1997 University of Wisconsin Food Research Institute study, achieved over a 99.999% reduction in Salmonella, Shigella, and E. coli 0157H7 on real, knife-scarred wooden boards. The order is critical. The vinegar's acidity disrupts bacterial membranes, making them more vulnerable to the oxidizing power of hydrogen peroxide. Each solution needs its own 5-minute timer, with a clean water rinse in between. For just a few dollars, this approach upgrades food safety to professional standards without harsh fumes or lingering residue. The science is clear. Using the right concentration in the right sequence at the right time transforms a simple household staple into an evidence-backed kitchen essential. Across all 11 uses, one pattern stands out. Hydrogen peroxide's value depends entirely on informed, careful use. That $3 bottle is powerful, but only if we respect its limits and possibilities.